Right. So, I haven't actually had a chance to check this yet, but I am not where I normally am when I stream. So I have no earthly idea how good the webcam is going to look right now. Okay, that's not bad. We've got some light. Probably like here-ish. Okay. We can make that work. Still has the pom-pom shirt. Of course, of course. How's it going, Magic Mango? Good to see ya. And hi there, Bab! Bab just subbed for us in Low Ink this weekend, and absolutely shredded. It was sick. Really, really good job to Bab. Happy that they helped out. How's it going, Alondra? Picture in the background is glitching. Oh, it's probably trying to... Yeah, there's a lot of green in that picture. It's trying to green screen it out. Ooh, wait a minute. I've got the chroma key on, right? Let's see what the outside looks like. Oh goodness. Let's get a better look at that real quick with the chroma key off. Yeah, there, see the picture in the background. Okay. Look at that. It looks like it's lovely outside, okay? It looks beautiful, but it's actually like 95 degrees, and I am not opening that window. You could not pay me enough to open that window, especially not in a room that's got a computer working right now. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Alrighty. Here's Gooseverse. Hello, Gooseverse.
Hi, how are you?
Doing well, you?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me on, by the way.
Absolutely, absolutely. Do you mind if I ask your pronouns real quick?
Pronouns? Oh, I just go by he, him, so yeah.
Gotcha. Alright. Forgot if I had asked you that before, so I wanted to make sure I was getting them right. And Devi is here as well.
I missed the pronouns. I muted as soon as the pronouns came on.
Oh, that's alright. I'm just going by he, him, personally. So, yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Awesome.
For sure excited for the stream. It's gonna be a fun one. This is like going to be, I think, in my own personal experience, like my second league battle, personally. So yeah.
Second league battles ever.
Yeah. Yeah, and all of playing Splatoon 2, which is pretty surprising, actually.
You have been playing for a pretty long time to be as strong as you are. I'm really surprised that you've never actually played league battles before. But
yeah,
it'll be fun.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Just had played League, I believe, yesterday with Glowstick, and we had gotten 1945, I believe. It was really great, yeah.
That's not bad, that's not bad.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially for a first time, that's crazy. It's the waiting room. So, we've got a bunch of people jumping into the waiting room voice chat there. We're only going to be dragging up the VOD reviewees into the VC here. It'd get a little too chaotic otherwise.
I guess just familiar with the
appreciate the enthusiasm, though.
Yeah.
So Salmonberry is our other VOD reviewee. I have not heard back from them on whether they're going to be joining us here. So for the time being, we do have Devi, who is probably going to be forced off of Splatling here, because
that's fine.
Or no, Goose plays not. So
yeah, I go mainly not in.
So you could go like a backline. The thing is, Salmonberry plays heavy.
Oh,
so
yeah.
If
we might have to
Salmon
quad
gets in
Splatling if that's what happens.
Yeah, I could probably
totally down with that, or I'm just gonna.
It could be really fun.
7. So I've been having a little fun with that weapon lately.
All right.
Yeah, I could try going K-Pro if you guys would want.
Nah. You play your thing. If anything, it's me who swaps. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
I haven't used that weapon in forever.
I'm getting the league lobby set up here, and we have some new guards for the password today. So I have been receiving more reinforcements, I guess you could say, for here we go, found it, for protecting our password here from Ashik. And so here we go. There is not a cat in this picture.
Oh no. That is the perfect picture.
Salmonberry will not be able to join us, and I totally knew that because they told me ahead of time, and they were more organized than I was. But Gooseverse, here is the password.
Alright, thank you very much.
Yeah, Jamie, you want to hop in? Might be good to have
Jamie's literally already in waiting room and has been for the past 3 minutes.
There you go. That answers that question.
Do I have...
There we go.
I can't drag.
Hello.
I'm not powerful
Hi, Jamie.
enough.
Hello.
Alright.
I am prepared.
Are you
Awesome.
actually prepared?
I mean, now you're making me question myself, Debbie.
Good, I did my job.
Okay, what do we got? Humpback and Walleye Rainmaker. Walleye Rainmaker is special.
It is special, because I don't actually play traditional at all on it.
I'm actually down with double inkjet here. I think that can work.
Yeah, definitely could help out with going against offense on the Rainmaker.
You were the one who was doing text-to-speech in the last community night, right?
Yeah, I was.
Oh my god, I swear, you made me die laughing every time you did that. It was so funny.
Yeah, that was, I don't know how I found that program originally. It was just on the Microsoft Store, and I just downloaded it. And
I'm just like, I know I didn't say this last time, but every time you did a text-to-speech thing after something funny happened, it was some, like, supposedly, like, just like a remark to it. Oh my god, it was so perfect. And with the robot speech answering it, oh, it's too good.
Body of
Yeah,
Water
I
1
wish I could've
asks,
downloaded
why is
more.
there a Chewy box? Not because there's a pet here or anything. Definitely no cat.
Nah.
Kitty cat. Oh, is there a kitty cat?
No, there's no
I
kitty
don't
cat.
know.
Don't let them know that there's a kitty cat, okay? It's a secret.
Yeah.
He's in stealth mode.
Secret.
That was a little intimidating.
Don't let the chat know.
All right. Who wants to play Rainmaker Walleye Warehouse? That was a rhetorical question.
Nobody.
I
We do.
can't say I'm positive, but neither negative. So I'm gonna put like a bit of a middle ground, but slightly shifted towards, no.
I dropped stuff.
Yeah.
By the way, we all know about the trick to getting to 11 here, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Just
Bonk your head.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. Pretty good one. I find like personally I find TC Walleye is a lot harder in my opinion.
Yeah, because it's a, what is it? Instead of having a free path, it's a station path, and that's why
Yeah.
tower control can be more difficult sometimes because of the station path.
For sure.
The pushes are more deliberate because the defense has time to set up, which
Mhm.
is something that is fresh on my mind because I'm talking through my first tower control map mode of the day video.
Yeah.
And okay, cool. Is that Arashi? Like,
I
the
was gonna
real
ask
Arashi?
Oh my
Same
god, I
thing.
swear.
I will say, I think Arashi took a pretty significant break from the game and came back a little rusty, so they're not quite, like, top of the line anymore, but that could very well be
Yo.
Arashi.
Yeah, I could.
Can I
let's
just
see
say
what
this comp that
Heavy
they have
backline.
right now, I'm digging it. Yeah, it's got
Yeah,
the same
it's
build
very
as I do.
Okay, so they're just using armor to power up Arashi, and then they're gonna expect Arashi to get all the kills. Arashi's on left. He's pushing left.
There,
He's
I only hit him once.
entrench, forcing him out, forcing him out.
Got him.
Nice pick.
Nice.
Okay, Explo
Yeah,
and
same way.
Hydra. Explo got me left.
Okay. Oh, got 2 hits on Explo.
Yeah, Expo's on the left there. I'm gonna
They
try to
popped
help
armor.
him mid here.
They're pushing in.
The Hydra moved
Oh,
up.
darn it. Explo got
I
me.
can't be here. Yep. I
Or no,
cannot
that was
be here.
Hydra.
1 entrench, 2 entrench. Explo is starting to push onto Blat.
Yeah, they bollered. I got him. Oh, actually, I
nice.
got the
That brush.
Tetris instead.
Missing the last 2.
Putting cover fire over as much as I can. There we
There you go.
Rainmaker down. Explo weak on me.
Got
Yep.
Expo.
Nice.
have
We
armor.
can probably take it left. I'm gonna inkjet over the top here.
No, there's a brush over there. I would not.
Okay.
All right. Brush
Okay.
got me on left bunker.
Oh shoot.
Oh,
I found
They're
Tetris.
coming behind, they're
I
coming
found
behind.
Tetris. Yes, they are.
Got brush.
I'm just gonna push a little.
Yeah, that's good. That's
The
good. Keep
Tetris
going.
are
Keep going.
behind you.
They're
You're
behind
gonna
you.
have to keep
Yep.
going.
Yeah, I
Traded.
know.
Good trade. We
Dude,
can
now we have
pop and
advantage.
keep
I
going.
got the
You still-
Expo with fall off.
I'm going. I'm going. I'm going. I'm going.
Go,
The
go,
Hydra
go.
literally
Job.
didn't look at me.
No, they were trying to pick
Yeah, they were
me.
focusing on us, yeah.
You know, that was good. That was good.
Throwing in a bomb. Oh,
They got popped. They
Here,
also
give me your
armored. Heads up.
Ping it up.
oh!
Got
Got it.
Tetris.
I'm probably dead. Yep, there we go.
Oh
It's all
no,
good, it's all
I
good.
didn't move.
I am backing up.
They're
Yeah,
mostly. grouped
there's
up
one
on
moving
right.
in on the right trench. Someone's in front of the Hydra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have missiles up.
Brush
close are we
is
to,
right side mid.
How close are we to armor, Devi?
Not even half.
Okay.
Because I just died, so I'm marked. Dooley's coming in from
Hydra
our
pushing
bomb.
in mid.
Yeah, they got
I know.
me.
Explo moved up and Ballard as well.
Yeah, Arashi
Careful,
got me.
Gem. They're gonna get you.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Good job, Devi.
No,
Good stuff, Debbie.
Okay,
They're gonna
we
move
need
left.
to
They're gonna
protect
move
left.
left. We're 2 down the brush. Brush coming up right.
Okay, I have armor now. But
Dang, I'm down.
Brush at
Bomb.
pedestal. Brush plat.
That was a bad move. That's
It's all
alright.
good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Okay, got 1. Hydra down. Rainmaker.
Throwing a
I hit him
section over
twice.
or
There you
not.
go.
Okay, Rainmaker.
Yeah.
Do you
Just
know where that
brush
brush
and they're
is?
spawning.
they're gotta be respawning at this point because
They'll be
they were the
close to you
first
though,
one
because
picked
they're
up.
zoomy.
They're on the rail, I think.
Oh, brush in our trench.
I see him.
Oh yeah, right here.
Tetra's trench as well.
Darn
Got
it.
one.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh,
Okay,
crap.
missile all 3.
Expo and someone
on
else
their
coming over left.
Yeah.
2 left. 2
Rush,
left.
rush.
On our plat. On our plat.
I got
Nice.
it. Don't worry.
Tetris got me right.
Oh, they're gonna get me. Never mind.
There you go. Good job.
I'm not trusting my accuracy right now. Jem,
Ballard.
can you just, I gotta back up. Okay, you guys got this. I gotta go high ground. I'm close to armor. I will use it as
Almost
soon as I
missiles.
Flanking.
Get. Explo's
Jetting.
weak. Got Explo. Here's armor.
2
Missing
with
the
Rainmaker.
those 2 brushes
Oh, we
on
just
me.
used all the
Got
specials.
brush.
Got
There you go.
Rainmaker.
Got Rainmaker. This is Tetris. Back up the mid.
Tetris in trench. I
They're
believe.
behind, below our rail. Below our rail. I hit him twice.
Below rail.
Careful, Jem.
Hit him twice. I'm down. sharking on my
Jem,
ouch.
don't leave that Rainmaker.
I'm not.
Flank by 1. It's the brush, I think. I'm gonna look forward if someone watches back.
Brush weak.
Sad.
Tetris in trench.
Okay, I'm like not leaving this spot.
Brush
Tetris
still
in
goal.
our
Brush
base.
still goal. Brush
Yeah.
still goal.
They know I'm up here, by the way.
Okay, they're going left.
Yeah.
I can't do much to stop this.
I got 1. It wasn't Rainmaker, unfortunately. There's a jump
Frank?
here. Oh, splashdown? Yeah.
Shoot. I think that might lead to KO potentially.
Nah, I've got a
Hopefully
shot.
not. Yeah. Oh,
Good
nice.
stop. Good stop.
I got
Nice.
2.
There's a jump into the Explo. I'm chasing the back.
Brush is like right underneath me.
I'm just gonna take it and drop it as soon as I pop
Ah, the
armor.
Hydra saw it coming.
Brush
Hydra
is right
on
behind
left.
me. Brush
Hydra
is
on left.
directly behind me.
Yeah, just
You
get it
sit
out
on
of there.
our plot. You're the only one for it, Debbie.
I know.
No, that was
I
good.
tried
That
to
was
get a
good.
trade.
Yeah, no, that's
We
fine.
just could not keep it there because I knew
Yeah,
the
yeah.
flank was happening.
Tetra's on plat.
I
I
hit
got
him
shot blocked.
twice.
Jeez, got
Sorry.
picked by brush.
They're gonna
And
hold
they're
it
just
in mid.
gonna hold it. I know. I can't do anything from here. There's a brush here too with the Tetris.
Right.
I look down and it's just like there's a brush swinging up. I'm like, yeah, this is why I don't cross the caution tape. Because there's usually some weapon there that I don't want to deal with that I can't aim down at.
Yeah, shoutouts to X-Ray. I don't think we have a shoutouts command.
Yeah.
We'll have to fix that.
I've been trying to make one. I thought I did.
Well, whatever
I don't know
bot-
how chat commands work across Restream though.
It's a whole different thing, Jamie. So for
Yeah.
now, we just can't.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
it's
like
restream. Okay.
right,
not
like
Nightbot.
it's going to both YouTube and to Twitch, so it's gonna be a
Oh.
completely different system than what you're used to.
Okay,
Yeah,
I can probably figure that out then.
But yeah, feel free to DM me sometime and we can work all that out. Because I know you've been trying to do that for a little while and just it's
He
been
literally
confusing.
has it by habit at this point.
Yeah.
That's not Booyah Spam. That's just a traditional build. I wouldn't say a traditional build, but it's based off Booyah or burst bombs.
Charger has Ninja Squid.
Watch left.
I
watch
got
left.
one. I got a conch shell.
I am twice. Guy on left.
Tetra's down on left. Charger still there, box. I'm gonna try and flank it from closed.
Got picked by auto.
Traded with Tetra.
Yeah, this is
The
bad. I'm
Charger's
gonna
on
get
the
seen.
right.
No, it's
Yeah.
not, because it's an arrow spray. LOL.
I got the... Okay,
Cool.
well.
They're cleared. It's just Tetras. We don't know where they are.
Above you. Above right!
Found them.
And on the right. Top right, top right.
Arrow spray down. I'm down.
Goose, if you can back up, back up.
Yeah, I'll back up.
There's
Back
one
up.
trying
Top
to come out
right.
on right.
Careful. Yeah.
I'm gonna go out on the left. The Tetras are over here.
Got them.
Someone's over here.
Charger's weak.
Picked by Tetris.
I got
Stopped it
Tetras.
from resetting. Arrow
Thank you.
spray right behind it. Watch out for pop.
Just seeing the two in mid.
Oh, Jesus. Hi, arrow spray.
Oh, I should have had a remaker.
I got it. Don't worry. You literally hit
go.
it 3 times, so I tapped it. The zaps on their right somewhere.
Popping inkjet.
Or left, sorry.
Two-
Uh-oh. No,
two-
don't guide the ray to me.
Oh, I didn't mean that to go there.
I
Zap
could
still
not
their
save
box.
that
down.
time. I'm sorry.
Yeah, back up, back up, back up, back up.
Worry.
Good
Nice.
picks. They're actually 2 down, so it's 2v2. We can play a little more
Oh!
aggressive.
There's
No!
one
There's a
on the
jump,
right.
jump to Rainmaker, jump to Rainmaker.
One flanking, one flanking.
Yeah, I'm moving.
Okay, then I'm just
behind
gonna
us.
move it.
Just pick up and go. Yeah.
I'm gonna flank
Yep,
the top
he's
right.
back here. In the side.
Oh,
I don't
sorry.
know any callouts. I'm so sorry.
That's alright, that's
You're
All
fine,
good,
alright.
all good. Rainmaker
Charger
down.
back here. Back.
Jamie's in there.
Our
See
base
if
left.
you can support it.
I'm down.
All right, two down, 2 down.
Got him.
Oh, they're white, they're white, they're white, they're white.
Sloth wipe.
Go.
1 second while I just keep splatting them while you guys come back in, alright?
Alrighty.
I need the charge, though. I got
Oh.
a chicken on me, so...
I didn't get the head bunk right.
It's alright.
I'm in trouble now.
Gonna pop jet. Yep. Watch right.
There we go, that's game.
Nice.
Okay, well, one just charged at me at the very end, so I'm doing the thing where I'm gonna make him tunnel vision me, so you guys are fine.
Yeah. That's always kind of counting.
I had the, what is it? I think it was the Tetras or the Zap.
Yeah,
One
I
of
believe
them.
the Tetris.
Was it the Tetras? Because one of them hit around the block until I emptied charge, so then I backed up because the Zap threw a chicken. So I backed up some more, and then the Tetras was just like, charge! Dodge roll for him, like, I'm just going behind this wall now.
Devi, Powder Snow says, hail.
Ah, yes, hail.
No green screen is disturbing.
Painful rain.
Actually, I'm pretty sure
You
that
mean
says
this man
hi.
does not live inside of the realm of Inkopolis?
I'm pretty sure that says hi with an exclamation point.
It's all an illusion?
Not hail.
Oh, yeah, okay, okay. I thought it was like Hail Hydra, right?
It's,
That's what
I
they
mean,
were
and
going
powder,
for.
snow, and hail. I mean, it makes sense, right?
Right. It's like it
Oh.
almost made more sense the way I read it.
It almost does. But no, that's a good old hi.
Hi, Powder Snow. And also, hello, Toast. Welcome.
Red link.
Is there a reason you use T-Tech instead of Octoshot? Because it's infinitely superior.
If you missed out the reason why, check out the weapon tier list.
Infinite plugs.
Yeah. I might at some point
Going right.
stream a little bit about weapon rolls, because that's something that comes up a lot in the map mode videos. Like
Stingray's taken me. Oh,
explaining what I mean by those rolls,
Stingray.
things like that. Exactly like our kitchen chairs. It is a
I'm
kitchen
blasting
chair
at me.
that I am sitting in.
Are you down?
Well, we were 3 down, so they have
Yeah.
advantage right
I
now.
flanked them and had to pick 2 of them, so. Oh, the Rainmaker's one shot, but I'm gonna distract him from
Yeah,
the right.
Rainmaker got me.
Oop.
There's
Got
the-
hit by.
they're all there. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
they're
back up since
floating
you guys are gonna
mostly.
need me now.
Oh, I got directed by Inkjet.
Dynamo should be down. Rainmaker's one
Got Rain.
shot. There
Rainmaker
we
down.
go. There's 2 behind
2
it.
still elbow.
Yeah. Jamie,
Yes?
I was
Oh,
shooting your back.
Left.
Sorry.
I'm gonna drop out and start pushing mid. I think we're
I have
here for
armor
now.
on the right. Who's got the inkjet? Goose from the
Me.
inkjet, tell me.
This is
Alright.
about 3. But I'm
Oh.
down to do auto bomb.
I'm pushing back here.
I'm gonna shark our trench.
Blaster's gonna push us here.
Yep, got hit by blaster.
Oh dear!
Oh no, that was a C-jet.
I thought it was further back. I should have popped it
Oh,
sooner.
shoot.
I was
Jump
waiting
back
for you to
setting
pop
special.
inkjet, so I'll just
Yeah,
pop my
sorry.
armor sooner.
That was a bit more.
Oh,
They have an
okay.
inkjet in
There's
the
an
air.
ink. I know.
out.
I'm down to rain,
Oh darn it.
and
That's gonna
that's
be it.
that.
Yeah, darn. Close game.
The chair, I mean, it's surprising how comfortable it has been considering how often I've been, and for how long I've been sitting in it. It's not like cushy or anything, but I've got it shaped down well enough that I can put the right parts of my back against it and it feels okay. Definitely no office chair though.
I'm using a folding chair right now. And it's
Ooh.
really uncomfortable.
Folding chair?
Nice.
A folding chair, yeah.
Can chair play the game? Here, let's see. Hey, press some buttons and like show me that you can do stuff with.
You have to like
Can
put the
you?
controller on the floor.
And yeah, I guess, and put the legs on the. I don't know. That doesn't seem like it's going to be very good at it.
No index fingers, so that's a shame. Or many fingers, for a matter of fact.
It has 2 little stubs. Double height,
Yo!
one spot lead.
Okay, I'm going frontline mode, so don't mind me while I just flank him immediately.
Alright. I'll play a bit further back then.
So one just found me right off the bat.
Got
Zero,
one.
sorry.
I'm down
I didn't
on
know it
right.
was here.
We're 2 down.
Oh!
Careful, Goose.
Uh,
Okay, good trade,
yeah.
good trade.
Oh no.
Just stay safe, Jamie. Keep the missiles.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Got the Rainmaker.
Hydra's right behind the Rainmaker on the traditional right.
Yeah, they're watching right side.
You're gonna have to come out on the left.
Sorry. Oh,
That's
on
what
left.
you
Oh,
think.
there is one on the left. I'm potentially gonna get flanked on the left here by the heavy. The
That's
heavy's
fine.
on our
Heavy's
on our
on
left
left.
flank.
He's on left.
Jamie, can
It
you
reset, it
get
reset.
to our left side by chance?
I can try.
Because I need a
Uh,
bomb over there.
Oh, they know that I'm here.
We don't want to go there alone. It's not painted enough.
The Goose is nearby here.
Darn it.
Oh, never mind. Goose went too.
Yeah, it's not painted enough. We can't get there.
Yeah. Try to get them and pressure them
Let's
out.
let's stop the push from in front first,
Mm-hmm.
and then clear that out.
Think
Gonna
some
need
on
numbers.
right.
There's a jump
Yeah.
in right next to the box. Got the jump.
How
Oh,
you
I'm
down?
getting stingrayed.
Are you coming out?
I'm down to bomb.
Got Rainmaker.
We need bombs in front so that they can't pressure our.
Goose
Talk
is
with
just
Spotlight.
going for it. Go.
Oh, this is
Oh,
bad
H3.
sense. I'm sorry.
A3 coming up left.
I cannot save your jump.
All right, got it.
Careful, jump.
One coming
think
left.
probably gonna get
Hit him
picked.
twice.
I can't stop
Oh,
this because
yeah.
I'm out of ink.
Probably got hit by Hydra. Check out the heavy though.
Good armor. I got one.
Yo, the vanilla Hydra. I respect.
Dang.
Got
This is Wally.
one.
He's right in front of you.
Yeah, they're weak. Got
There you
him.
go.
Just H3 now. Anyone got
I
eyes
don't know
on
where
them?
the best way to
They're
go is right
top
now.
right.
Yeah, right.
Go
top right.
straight ahead. Got one.
Top right or left? I couldn't
Oh.
move there. There's two top left. The Hydra's just gonna guard that corner on the left.
Yeah, he's guarding. I'm gonna get out of there.
They're bomb rushing out. Aerospray's really weak.
Oh, darn it. Got hit by.
It was
Behind,
smiling.
behind.
Let's shoot heavy.
Oh, it's just okay. Someone's above me. I hear the H3 pinning right in front of me. Yep, there you are. Please go away.
All right, make sure
Okay,
paint up.
H3 is looking to drop on me on the right. Two Swatlings directly forward front.
Call when they go, and I'll be able to support. I think. Oh, good.
Got
I
it.
stuck around. I stuck behind this. I didn't want to reset.
Okay, Goose, I'm gonna come over here on the
Jetting.
left.
Go.
There's
Sure,
one on
Couple
the
guy
right.
coming up right side.
Pop shot. On right.
Flatling, Hydra looking top left.
I'm trying to stall it. I
traded.
tried to stall it.
I got stuck in
Traded with
some death
H3.
thing.
Traded.
They're gonna go in the
going right.
close.
Okay, I have missiles. Do you have anything
Someone's-
else to work with?
Someone's to my left. There's someone in the left.
I got.
Yeah, I
Jet.
know. I'm watching it. It's a heavy.
Missing
Got him.
three. Two mid, one right. The Swattling, the Rainmaker's right side.
They're bomb rushing through
Popping
close.
Jet in a second.
I'll take one of them.
Oh, jeez.
Bomb rush still enclosed. They're jumping to it.
Got
Good job.
one.
That's two down. Paint up, paint up, paint up. We need big control.
Yeah, there's still one on our left. Oh, that's a bomb.
Yeah. Oh shoot.
Oh, that H3.
H3. Yeah. They got anch armor. Coming from left, I believe. Hydra's on left near their ramp.
I'm
Darn
not
it. Shouldn't have tried that.
Hydra and are closed.
Oof. Darn it.
Eh, I got rushed. Aerospray and base.
Yeah.
Can you guys stall for like a minute? I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So how about that weather?
For Splatoon. Use it as a footrest and I sit on my bed. That works. I always sit with my arms resting on my thighs, so I have to have my feet flat on the floor. And that way I can like put my weight on it, and that keeps my hands more stable. Everyone's got their own ways of keeping their hands steady. I know there's a Japanese melee player who he's used to playing on the floor, like lying down on his stomach on the floor. But the thing is, in Japan, you're a lot more likely to like have the TV on the floor. But when you go to like an American Smash tournament, they put it up on tables so that you can sit in a chair and be upright. Well, he's not used to playing that way. So what he does is he takes 3 folding chairs and puts them front to back in front of each other and slides himself through the backrest. So he's like lying down, but lifted up on the chairs, on the seats of the chairs. And that's how he plays the game. Rudolph, yes. X-Ray knows. It's, a precarious position if something were to go wrong and he'd have to get out quickly, but it works for him. Their tag is Rudolph. X-Ray got it right. What's up, Angus Remington? Welcome, welcome. Okay, so it wasn't a literal minute. I was hoping that we'd be able to just keep the timer going there, but you guys can stay in and I'll just join back on you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Alrighty.
Okay, so.
Oh, buck.
Frog.
Frog?
Frog. We'll just leave Frog there for a minute.
He has a little strawberry hat.
This frog has been loaned to us from the security forces of Katsumi. Big thanks to Katsumi for keeping us all safe from password stealers.
I am one of them.
Okay. Oh, these are some interesting circumstances.
Hello there, son.
Hope everything's okay, Teddy.
So, what's
Wait.
happening right now is it's been non-stop raining off and on today, and it's been enough to flood the place.
Oh, no.
So, and we have a leaky roof somewhere, so my dad's up on the roof. It just hailed. So he hid underneath the part of the roof that could protect him. And I have to go get him something that fell off the roof. And now he's proceeding to fix it. Well, it's about to rain again and it's thundering us.
Oh, yike.
Congrats
Oh,
on
for
getting that
comfort.
first X rank ascend. That's awesome.
Ooh, congrats.
The first of many, I am sure. Ain't drinking the water from the leak, SMH.
Gotta be conservative.
Yeah, gotta build up your immunity to all of the diseases that are in that water.
Heck yeah.
Like wood,
You know,
dirt,
the
and
amount
dirt.
of people that actually brought out boats today to actually row boats down the streets was quite funny.
Take your
Yeah, I
fish for a
mean-
walk.
People brought out inflatable boats. There was a canoe, for goodness sakes.
What else? What else are you gonna do?
Like, that's how bad the streets were flooded in some of the lower areas of town.
That just sounds like Florida during hurricane season.
I almost stalled out my car trying to get to work this morning because the frick it was too high.
We've been playing too much Rainmaker.
Ah, yeah, we have, haven't we?
Oh.
I
Alright, who's
get
got
it.
the ink storm?
Alright, they're pretty spread out for now. Oh, one on me right. Hit him twice. Ah, they got
Okay.
armor. I'm down.
Yeah.
Nice pick. There's
I'm
one more.
jumping back. I'm
Watch
jumping
out
back.
for splashdown.
Oh, wait!
I'm jumping. I
We're
couldn't
three
jump
down.
out. Just you, Daddy.
May have accidentally jumped.
Ooh, let's go,
to you
Debbie.
instead.
Let's
What
go.
the heck?
Woo!
Let's go. Okay, we pick this up and we
Nice.
run it. There's one on the rail dropping down on me.
Come forward, come forward. Trust me, trust me.
I traded it.
Ah,
Jets,
Unfortunate.
I wanted you to run it backwards, so then
Hit
I
you on
would
jet?
literally be your
Yeah.
body block.
I heard you too late.
Got two people. A missile, two people. I mean.
One's coming from left. I believe the
Alright.
zap.
Yeah, left mid.
Yeah, I'm not worried about left because we're pushing
I
on
got it.
plat.
Don't worry.
You got the 33.
Yeah, I'm
That's
gonna
good.
die to the ray. Played that badly. 33 is pretty solid.
Getting
let's make sure
hit
we're
by-
back in defense.
Ryan trench. Right trench.
Move left, move left. Nice.
Watch out!
Oh, okay, they're taking right.
I
Oh,
traded.
yeah, they are.
Got him.
Go right, go right, go right.
They have
go
to
right,
get
go
up
right.
over the
Stop
top.
it,
They have to get up over the
Behind,
top.
behind.
Down.
Dang
It's
it.
just you, Jem. Yeah.
There's 3 on the right now. They're gonna come up over the top. Get bombs there if you can.
Or me.
That's 2 down. There's
Two.
still at least 1 more over there.
Yeah, we got
there we
one.
go.
Someone got it with a bomb.
Don't
Yep,
let him pick it up.
that's
Don't let him
me.
pick it up. Yeah, good job. Good job.
One coming in from trench, I believe. The left trench.
Jet is in front of us. This bomb should force them out. Yes, good job.
Using
Ink
inkjet.
jetting over.
Inkjet in mid there. Watch out. Oh, there's 2 inkjets. Okay, Jamie, I got you.
Thank you.
Oh my god! Jamie, I painted the back of it! Oh!
Solo carry. Holy. Nice.
Yeah, I don't know how that zap missed. I'm gonna be honest. I did not hit
I
enough
don't know.
shots for you to do what you
I
just
don't
did.
know either.
I couldn't even reach that far until the bomb exploded in front of me. Oh well, okay, that's how that went in the first part. Yep.
Nice.
That's hilarious, though. I freaking love Rainmaker for those moments.
Yeah.
Hey, look, wait, level up.
So it's really funny when I take the right flank and I'm watching them not looking, right? And then you guys go 3 down, and I'm like, okay, they're just about to swim up behind the Rainmaker. They still have no idea, and I'm fully charged. So I just peek up, and ta-da, they all went in the same area.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wish I had enough storage space. I would clip that.
I clipped the flank, so I can post it later if you guys want to see what in the world I just did at the start of that game.
Yes, please.
Yeah, no, I got into a bad position. Somebody splashed down on top of, I think it was Goose. I'm not sure, maybe Gem. One of those two. And then I just couldn't. I was able to get the pick off the guy who splashed down, but I was damaged enough so that another guy came up and killed me.
Okay, quick comp. I'm just gonna play left here.
Yeah, watch out for Dynamo over mid.
Yeah.
That's a Ninja Squid Octo Brush.
Dynamo's on right.
Also MPU CDS, so they're gonna do more damage.
Dooley's got me left. I should not have pushed that like that.
Brush is flanking left.
One's on left.
I know,
Yep.
I'm waiting for it.
Yeah,
Hit
play
Tetris
safe, play
strikes.
safe. We don't need
One
to
in
control
our
mid right
there we go. Oh, okay.
Ah,
Okay.
dang, I thought.
Oh,
Bad
got
name,
hit
bad
by
The
Bruno.
dualies
I
are
am
gonna press
peacing
on the
out.
left. Oh no, dualies are coming back around. Okay, well, I'm just gonna chill here.
now. Alright.
Okay, hello all 3 of
Bombs
you.
in front, bombs in front. Okay, cool. We'll take that.
Devi in front.
I am the bomb. What are you talking about?
Thebomb.com. Octobrush sharking mid. Our cubby.
Here's armor.
Up and jet.
I thought they
Got
Got one?
moved. That's why I pushed that.
No.
Okay, the one striking on their elbow.
Dynamo's weak.
Dynamo.
There you go.
One on right. Doolies.
Yeah, it's got him.
There's a brush somewhere where I was shooting. One got me left. Behind Rainmaker. Good shot.
Nice.
Go.
Go.
Ryan. Swim speed activate. Oh, brush!
Ah, MPU.
Ooh,
Yeah, you
I
gotta
almost
make
got
Have
it.
to be the most
You
terrifying
gotta
thing in
make
this
sure
game.
someone's looking at the drop on the right-hand side. That is a big
Yeah.
spot to go when we're not past it.
The Octobrush was actually on the ground too. Like they just snuck up.
Oh, were they? Oh,
Yeah.
Brush is not flanking on right side.
right.
All right.
Oh yeah, there they are. I've gotta watch this, sadly.
All right.
Got Dynamo. Charging rain.
Okay,
Nice.
good stuff. Good
Uh,
stuff.
Two down?
I'm getting auto bombed.
Bomb rush in mid.
Oh dear, this is a horrible.
Oh,
place
darn
for
it.
me.
Panicking
good
jet
grab,
mid.
good
Oh,
grab.
good. There you go. There you
Nice.
go. There you go. Above you, two. Oh, behind you.
Oh,
Never mind.
yep.
I got this guy.
Thank you.
Ah,
Brush in mid.
Darn.
No, it's all
We're getting
good.
far lead though. Not over
No.
though.
Hi there.
No.
Traded.
Oh no, but he got me too.
Okay, staying back a tiny bit. I'm just painting.
Yep.
Oh.
Try to hold mid control. I'll paint it up.
One in mid.
I have
believe.
missiles.
One
Hammers
right
up.
mid. Oh.
Rainmaker
Yep.
going. Rainmaker going left. Got
Alright.
one.
Tetra's on me right now, I believe. Okay, I'm just gonna. Oh darn it. Tetra's got me. They're on right of you guys.
Yeah,
I
it's
believe.
good.
Yeah,
He's
and
not
crouch.
gonna wanna
I couldn't
come
jump
out.
Debbie,
out.
pushing
Oh,
Debbie.
hello.
Got one.
There
One
you
in
go.
trench. Bomb rushing.
The chickens. Oh boy.
They do have a
Shurikens!
I'm down to rain.
Got brush. Nice.
Rainmaker.
One still our elbow. Right around the corner.
I see him.
Bomb it out.
I'm popping jet.
Nice.
Darn.
No.
Watch out for a right flank.
There's a bunch in mid here. Are they?
Yeah,
are you
He's
on
uh,
mine
one
corner.
there?
flanking.
Hit him twice. Got him.
Nice.
Three down.
Good
Three down.
brush.
Just rush.
One flanking. Yep. Brush.
We have pop. I'm painting up in mid.
Brush is sharking on that
Yeah, Brush
right
is
box,
sharking.
right over there somewhere. I saw them over there. There they are. Oh, someone's in mid. Oh, I'm one shot. No, I'm still one shot. Leave me alone!
Got one. Got two. Third
There's
one
a
weak.
third.
Got
Nice.
him.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Brush
there
is
you go.
up. Brush is up on that window with hammer.
The
Oh my
hammer.
goodness.
Can you get pop?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Yeah,
Oh,
go.
crap.
I'm nearby.
Just Alright, that should have worked a bit better.
Oh, I tapped him
Lily's
once.
mid. Are we?
tapped him
That was unfortunate. Don't push him. Don't push him.
Yeah.
They're moving to mid.
Yeah, Brush is after me.
No, no. Okay, I'm backing up.
Still
Okay,
one round.
got Brush.
I have armor.
Bomb rush. Yeah.
Keep an eye on the. I'm gonna mine this right side because someone.
Oh, Tetris
rain.
got me.
Got rain.
Yeah.
Right underneath the rail.
CDS on me. Hit him
Coming up
twice.
right side.
Oh my god, got him.
Careful,
Nice.
Daddy.
I'm okay. There's a Tetris here that is trying to get me, but
Yeah, that's all I was warning you
They
about.
dropped out right. They're stuck.
the Rainmaker's behind the thing, so this
Yeah.
is pretty good.
So I'm just
Nice. One in mid.
And I'm
brush,
gonna go down
right.
to the brush. Traded.
Nice.
CDS on left.
Yep.
Try not to pop it, Jamie.
yeah.
Gonna going chat.
All right, we don't have any support for that. I probably can't
Yeah,
guarantee
yeah,
safety on your
probably
jump.
gonna
I'll pop it now.
Picked. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Scared him away.
This
That's the
little
most I can do.
guy
I need to
over
get
there,
away from
Debbie.
here.
Yeah, I
There's
was
one here. No.
Uh-oh.
Ah. Okay.
You can get him.
They gave us enough time to get in.
Maybe.
We
get
got
Yeah,
on
it.
defense.
nice.
Jamie missiled. I was
Nice
in place
one.
in time, so I was like, I got this.
Yeah, no, I messed up. I didn't mean to missile there. I thought I had armor. I thought I had armor for there for a second. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, and I was just like, okay, this
No.
is where I shoot.
But I did get triple with chicken.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's funny.
One away.
Yeah, it was a little hairy, but we got back on defense in time.
Yeah, definitely. Probably should have backed up after that jet, though.
I had no idea that people were actually pushing up in mid at the time when I was stalling the Rainmaker. So when I pushed up, I was just like, oh, they're literally right here, and I'm like, well, there goes my defense.
Doing stupid.
It took me
I'd like
you
to
saying
report.
that out loud for me to get it.
Yeah, aggro comp, I'm staying traditional for the time being. Until the blaster comes and presses me window, and then I'll cry.
No object shred. Never mind. I thought we were
There,
going to be able
there
to do
is
that.
3
They're pushing really
self-jumps.
aggressive.
Oh my goodness, that was a lot of burst bombs.
I couldn't get out. Still
No,
2 on
there's-
Debbie left.
Oh.
Watch elbow, watch elbow. They're going left.
Oh my. How many burst bombs does that guy have?
Well, if you see what they're running Ink Saber sub, which means burst bombs galore and good luck.
Still one behind Rainmaker.
I'm terrified.
They're missling.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know if we want to pop that yet because they're nearby.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Got one off the shield.
Oh shoot, there's one flanked on the right. Jump, there's 2 behind you.
I'm aware.
Oh my god. Okay, that works.
I don't know if
However,
it works. We
they're
need to get
directly
paint. We need to get bombs in
underneath.
front.
They're directly
Yeah.
underneath.
Yeah. Oh, got one with bomb.
I can't, they're too long range here.
Yeah.
Rainmaker weak. Got him.
Oh, nice.
We still need control of that spot. We do not have
Got
that
it.
right now.
Got one.
There we go.
One's directly by you, Jamie.
Watch out for pop. Watch out for pop.
Traded.
Oh shoot, blaster.
I'm dropping it down.
Yeah.
I can't drop it down.
Okay, we gotta get the blaster out.
Yeah.
I'm control.
Blaster's
and
main
power
threat.
controlling it. Oh, I was one shot off.
Almost close.
No! I heard it too! I was like, 1, 2, 3, and then they dunk it. No!
I didn't think that they were going to be able to pop that quickly.
No,
Yeah,
because they,
insanely quick.
if you looked at what they were running, 2 of them were prioritizing
wow.
their subs.
Okay, I
Awesome.
didn't take notice of that.
Yeah,
My
no,
bad.
2 of them were prioritizing their subs. So
Well, I think the bigger
They
problem
are
was just that they had so much access to our plat. Like, we
Mhm.
could have put
Yeah,
bombs in
for
front of
sure.
them and slowed them down there, and then like painted more.
Mhm.
They had to like throw bombs, but then they would run out of ink because
Yeah.
But bombs take up a lot of ink, so we could have outpainted it. We could have thrown bombs in front. That would have been the way around it.
Yeah, probably.
I am going to be right back, and then we'll get started with our VOD review for Goose.
All right.
So we'll see you guys in
All right.
just a second.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Very fun league match.
Oh, he's late. It's been more than a second.
Oh.
Shame.
Oh, now it's 3.
Trying to download my clip so I can put it in the clips channel in Squid School.
Priorities.
Downloading.
Alrighty. Boink, boink. And I should have this set up correctly. Yes, I do.
I have that clip from the Humpback game in Clips channel.
Where is the tab? There it is. Okay. And you are Spaduntu for the Nintendo Light Switch. Alrighty.
All right.
So I'm going to...
Share the screen in Discord.
Right. So I'm going to screen share here. So Goose, if you just click my name and hit watch stream,
All right.
this way you will see what I'm saying without latency getting in the way and making it more confusing what I'm referring to. All right.
Good.
Awesome.
Sorry, Mike was bugging out for a second.
So here we go. This, I believe, is X-Rank Splat Zones Manta Maria, if I'm remembering correctly.
It S plus 0, I believe, actually.
Okay, S+.
So yeah, S plus.
Gotcha. That is a power that you
Plus
can
number.
sometimes see in X-Rank, but for those who don't know, if you end the month below 2,000, then you get relegated to S+9. That's how that works. So
Very interesting looking Manta Maria, Jim.
yeah, did I say Manta?
Yes, you did.
It's been too long making videos, and
I was
that's
gonna say,
what's
if
in
those
my
who
head.
haven't checked, that's what the latest video was.
Yeah. Anyway, Snapper Zones. Now, I did actually make a video about this one, and there are going to be a couple of points that will be a little bit recycled from that if you've seen that video. But we'll get into it and talk about it from here. So we've got a screenshot. That's important. This is actually a pretty solid comp. Very, very aggressive. You've got double armor, which is sick. If these two players stagger their armors well, then you two, the run in and blow people up with inkjet weapons, are going to have a really fun time. And then on their side, they have missile spam between the K-Shot and the Flingza. They've got a Neo Splash, which is going to be... I think that's a Neo Splash, is it?
Yeah.
Let me double check and make sure it's not a V Splash. Yeah, it's okay. It's a Neo Splash. And they've got a Gootuber. So... GooTuber is a bit of a meme, but you do still have to respect its sight lines when you're within range. You just have to respect a
For sure.
smaller
was
sight
kind
line
of
and smaller
close.
range than you would with other chargers. Okay. So, on this map, there are basically like two locations symmetrically opposite each other where you're going to want to get control of to be able to maintain the zone. One of them is your street here, which is this rectangle that you're standing right behind, and the other is the enemy side's street. This is the key position where people can paint the zone from. There are other positions that are important because they can impact that position. So, for example, snipe is scary if you're trying to take the enemy side street. You got to watch out for a charger being here and just peeking down at you.
Yeah.
But in terms of like actually painting the zone, what really matters is that rectangle, that street. So everything that you do should be in service of making it so that you have control of both streets. That's when you're really going to be able to cap the zone. And something that I see, I think we'll talk to it when we get there, is you're playing on the zone a lot, and I'll talk when we get there about, there are a couple of disadvantages to doing that. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, there are times where you need to just like peek around the right and flush someone out. So there are times where I'll point at it and be like, this is a situation where I would actually respect being on the zone and it makes sense. But there are some times where you don't need to be putting yourself there. So we'll get there when we get there. But we start off and you're trying to play paint support, basically. You're trying to paint the zone. I think you're probably the last weapon on the team that I want doing this, which is unfortunate because nobody else is actually doing it. But you are much better served, I think, using your team's painting weapons to get good fights on the enemy team. Like, the reason you run a Nautilus on a team comp is to splat people. It's not necessarily to get paint control. It can paint okay, but it's definitely not going to outpaint something like a K-Shot or a Neo Splash or a Foil Flingser Roller. If you want your team comp to be able to get control, you're probably going to be looking for picks. So with that in mind, this probably isn't the positioning you're looking for. This is a positioning that like helps you paint the zone on the left-hand side, but there are two things about it that make it suboptimal, I think, for you. One is that you're a Nautilus and you want to be getting picks, and two is that you've got this high ground to the left of you that you have not checked. You haven't like map checked to see if there's anything there. And let's watch what happens as a result of that.
K-shot jump scare.
I would have expected that jump scare to happen about 5 seconds earlier in a coordinated competitive match. That's something where, like, I check that every single time if I'm rolling out left, because there's probably going to be someone there. I think they took kind of a long way around. They went up and around hill for some reason. I don't know why they did that. That doesn't really improve their stealth in any way, but... So they gave you a little bit more time to paint the zone, but then they did exactly what I was expecting was going to happen. If you're going to take the left-hand side, you either want to be using your range so that as soon as they pop around the corner, you delete them because Nautilus has a delete key, or you get up on top of that platform where they fought you from, and that way they can't actually approach you without being super obvious about it, and it's easier to spot. I guess the route that they took would have actually been a little bit harder to see if you took that position. It is a little bit riskier to try and take bike here because you're visible to the enemy team. They have access to you from that side. But in general, like, when there's a position like that that the enemy can reach easier than you can, you have to make sure you're like painting it and checking the map, or that you're giving yourself a good sight line to watch it. But one of the reasons that I am not a fan of the Nautilus in particular painting the zone is that it's slower to paint the zone. So like you're going to cap it a lot slower, which means you're paying attention to the zone for a lot longer and you're giving your opponents more of an opportunity to come flank you. Whereas if you were just playing for picks, you could get a pick and then be like, hey, Enzap, Lackey, go forth and paint the zone for me, please. I'm here to slay. Aplo, who is my teammate, is a Nautilus main, and they always, rather than, again, putting themselves in a position where they're going to be the ones painting, they just say, excuse me, wenches, paint the map for me, please, thank you. They actually call us wenches all the time, and it's very funny. So
That seems pretty funny.
Let your
Yeah.
wenches paint for you. Let them initiate for you. Your job is to show up wherever they are fighting and finish the fight for them. So they go in and they go, oh no, big scary enemy roller. And then you go, haha, not today. And you use your minigun. So let me jump back to a place where I can look at the map, like this one right here, so I can talk about positioning with that whole idea in mind. If you're going to hold the left-hand side, then this is more of a defensive position. It's hard to hold this area right here because of that flank that we just saw the K-shot take. What you want to be doing here is maybe you spend a little bit of time here shooting at the zone, but every now and then you check to the left and see if there's someone there, or you just position further back, like right here, so that when that K-shot pops around the corner, like, haha, I got you, wait, where are you? You laser them from far range over here. Always put yourself in a position when you're a midline weapon, like the Nautilus, where you have range to hit them and they don't have range to hit you. Always play to your range. If they push into your range, I don't care that you have a faster kill time than they do. You never want to even let them in there in the first place if you can help it. So as a general rule, like, you can't exactly kite people back because you're a splatling, so the most you can do is like walk backwards while you're shooting. But maybe like get charge, and then if they get into your range, you do like a little swim, jump backwards, pop out with your charge, and then fire that backwards or something like that. That can be a way to kite with a weapon that charges, as long as you maintain the charge when you jump. So that's a way that you could play the left-hand side. Usually on my team, we actually put, well, I guess it depends on what weapon comp we've got, but a lot of the time we like to put our Nautilus out on the right-hand side, the advantage being that you've got range to hit through the enemy street, and basically the only thing that threatens this push is a charger, and you can look at the weapon comp out the gate and know whether there's a charger or not. So those are some ideas for where to go on the rollout. So right now I'm looking out here and seeing like where your teammates are, and they're kind of out in front of you, so this position's not too bad. You got to be really careful about these missiles. If this player starts running towards you, that's going to be a pain in the butt. So you want to like watch out. Is there someone rushing from in front with these missiles? Is my teammate running towards me with the missiles? And think like, what's going to be a safe place to be? What you do here keeps you safe from the missiles. The reason that I'm worried about it, though, is that when you run forward with missiles targeting you, the missiles fall behind you and cut off your escape route. Also, there's someone on the other team, at least one person, because they fired the missiles, who knows exactly where you are because they just launched the missiles. What a smart player does with missiles is they fire them and then immediately hold forward, because they know that in the next 3 or 4 seconds, their opponents are not going to be focused on them. They're going to be focused on not dying to missiles. And so that gives them time to clear the distance between them and you. And by the time they get to you, they can still see you from the missiles, giving them line of sight on you, or giving you the little like reticle thing on you. So if you push forward and let the missiles drop behind you, your escape route is cut off, and somebody is really close to you who knows where you are. That's kind of what you have to assume. So I'm scared that right now you're surrounded by a lot of green paint, that your teammates have not pushed in this direction with you while you're going here, and that you might be alone against an enemy front line.
Yeah, and that's kind of what happens there by the charger.
Yeah. So what to do instead is, you see the missiles here, you see that you've got a teammate over here. So sit still for just a second to make sure, because the more you move when missiles are on you, the more they spread out, the more they paint. So the more likely you are to cut off your teammate's escape route that they're trying to go for. So you sit here, this way your teammate has plenty of time to see that you're right here and that the missiles are here and they have to go in a different direction. So what should happen is you and your teammates sit here until you have to move, then a very small clump of missiles falls here, and then your teammate runs this way, and a very small clump of missiles falls here, and then you run either onto Slick or behind you. And that should make it perfectly safe for everyone on the team. Another clue is that your teammate is here and then decides to run backwards. That usually means that they ran into some kind of danger and that you don't want to be there either. Granted, you didn't have an awful long time to respond because the Gootuber hit a good shot.
Yeah.
Okay. So they've got pretty significant map control. Your teammate ran out on the right and tried to do something about how much green ink there was over here, and then we can see how well that worked for them. So... Or wait, was it them that died? Yeah, it was them that died. It was the Zap, I think. If that was the Zap that went out and did that, I'm disappointed. A Zap should be trying to preserve their life. It's probably the most important weapon on the team in terms of being able to control the objective. You need that painting power sorely on your team, because the T-Tech can paint well, but it's going to be pushing forward. You don't paint super well, and your Try doesn't paint super well, and every one of their weapons, except for the Gootuber, paints incredibly well. So if you ever get into tug of war over the zone, your Zap is really crucial to being able to have any chance at that. Them going down on a solo flank around the right, not what we're looking for here. Okay, so you got a teammate who's up ink jetting. I would say this might be a little premature, but you probably have the numbers to make it work. So knowing that they're out here, you probably want to move up with them. You have the paint underneath you to drop down off this ledge already, and they're moving all the way over to the right-hand side. What you could do from here is, it's a little risky because you don't know what's on your left-hand side and you haven't checked that or painted it, but you could go around the left and cut off their retreat. Because what's probably going to happen if they're over here is that opponents are going to run away in this direction, if anything. And so if you paint up behind them, you catch them as they run away. What you could also do is run over with your teammate and try to help them in a fight, but they're already covering this angle, so I think going in on the left-hand side is probably the call.
Yeah.
Like, notice how you're basically painting someplace your opponent, your teammate here is already controlling. You're like right behind them. And since you're further back, the fact that you have more range doesn't really change how much space your team controls. If you take an off angle from them, though, you don't have to run too far away from them. Don't get isolated. But if you take an off angle, then you have both directions covered. And that's giving you a better likelihood that you catch someone if they go onto the zone. I actually really like this play. This is actually you going out at an off angle. This is you, like, seeing there's a player over here that's getting pushed, and if I paint behind them, I cut them off, and I can also paint the zone from here. Like, this is generally not a bad position for you, and it's just unfortunate that you didn't spot the Gootuber out, and they had a shot ready to go. But I like the direction that you're going with this positioning, because this right here in front of you is the area you want to control. This is where I think the Nautilus is strongest in neutral on this map, and so I want to see you shifting more towards this direction. Maybe just hop up onto the side here so you don't paint the zone if you get splatted, but if you can control this corridor right here, that's what your weapon is really strong at doing, and that'll flush them out either into mid or force them back to their snipe here. The only thing that they can do about you if you're set up in this position is flank you out the right hand side, and as long as you're checking that every now and again, it's pretty safe. Okay, so you've got a one down situation. Your team is going to start making a play for the zone. This would be a great opportunity to move over on the right hand side, and it looks like you're trying to do that. You just got to watch out for the Gootuber. Knowing that the Gootuber is posted up there, the play might be to go around the left-hand side, but it does look like the Gootuber is actually moving right now. They splash down, and then... No, they're not moving. Okay.
You want my take on a position for that there?
What was that?
I said, do you want to hear my take for kind of this right play?
Oh, for sure.
That you were kind of talking about? So instead of doing bunker in general, because you do know there's one, potentially two over there, in all honesty, take the long right. Like actually going down and around and having the wall painted, because you can save your charge in the ink, you actually have a better chance of taking from down below and popping up, potentially taking a fight at someone who's just below your bunker there on the other side, which we did see there was someone sharking there. And then also you're out of the Gootuber's range, and you also have cover on that right hand side.
So to illustrate, what Devi is saying is instead of going this route to try and go over, we go down here and pop up over the top of the wall or pop up over the top of this wall.
Yeah, that would be definitely much smarter of an idea, for sure.
It's a longer route, but
yeah,
it does
that's the one
prove
disadvantage
more
of it.
safe.
Yeah.
Because you do have the swim speed mobility. I did see it in a build you posted earlier, so you do have the mobility to get there relatively quick. Just hopefully, one, it is painted, because if you have to paint it, that also stalls for a bit of time.
Yeah.
But it's also a lot more safer than holding a position at bunker when you do have two other teammates that are basically side by side, because when you take the aggro, it just keeps you back further. So just by spacing yourself or giving yourself more room because the street's more tight, taking the right side, like the longer route on the right, or just taking the left hill in general and coming out on the left side. And I don't mean going through street gem. I actually mean going over snipe and behind the hill.
So I will echo something that Devi said just now, which is that any of these plays, and especially this direction, they're definitely safer, but they're also very time consuming. So it's something where you have to weigh, like, am I even going to get to this position in time to help teammates if they start a fight in here? And that's something that I'm worried about. I think they have streets very safely cleared at this point. Like, if there were anybody in this location, I think they would have jumped on their teammates as their teammates all three rushed the zone here. So I think in this position, at least, it's relatively safe to go this way, because you're probably not going to meet any resistance. And then maybe you could get into a position like this if you really have a strong push forward from your teammates to help you get there. The reason that I say this is just that the GooTuber is a problem right now. And being posted up right here and having, this range around them, it's hard to get an angle that's safe to approach them from. So generally, if there's a charger that's causing problems, the play is to play on the opposite side of the map from them, to just never give them a line of sight that they can actually use to take you out. And being right here allows you to have control of a lot of the map, it lets you fight a lot of their shorter ranged weapons from a point of advantage because you have high ground here, without them being able to stop you. Because as soon as they start pushing into your range, you're going to spot that and you're going to be able to stop it from there. So that's what I'm thinking. The push on the right, I would like it if it was a coordinated team. Since this isn't a coordinated team, I expect that these players are going to have already done or died by the time that you get around to here. So that's my thinking personally. But
the other reason why I say the back left is because you know that you have two teammates directly in front of you in the left street holding on to that. Now, again, the only reason why I would suggest this left thing is if you know that someone is on the left side, because your teammates can flush that person out, and you have the range to come in on your own sneaky and just to get the angle on that, and then you all push the zone together.
And my take is like, okay, someone just went down right here, which is what starts this push. I have a feeling that, like, if there were someone there, they would have gone after this player already. That's what clues me in that it's probably safe to move left.
It doesn't work, but it is just another thing. If that person didn't go down, their first place to flee to.
So now that we've got the zone capped, what we really want to be doing is getting ourselves some kind of advantage. Armor has just been popped, first of all. That's a go time special, and it was really smart of the Zap to pop it as soon as the zone did cap. Because if we're in this position where there's like a line drawn straight through mid, drawn straight through. I'm bad at drawing lines, but so there are battle lines basically right now, and you guys control this side, and they control this side, and you've got the cap right now, but if all of them are allowed to just stay where they are, it's just going to kind of stay this way and stall this way. And they're very likely to eventually cap when maybe one of you runs out of ink or something like that, especially since they have more paint on their comp. So, like, you can't just let it stay in this neutral state when you have the zone capped. You got to invade their space. You've got to push them out so that they don't actually control this area anymore, and this is actually all controlled by you guys. This is what you really need control of, which means they need to go. They need to get out in one of these directions. Now that you have an advantage in the fight, because you've got armor popped and because the zone has been capped and so you have a way to move forward, now is when you want to be making aggressive plays. Now's the time to do something stupid. If you're going to get sniped by the Gootuber, now is the time to do it, right? Because you have armor and you have teammates who are already moving forward and trying to help you and trying to rush the other team down. This is also a great time to get into a good position to inkjet. Usually I like to try and inkjet from a more aggressive position than this, but I think this ends up working out for you, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I believe so. I've gone hit a couple shots, I believe.
Okay, yeah, we zoned them out onto the right-hand side. Seeing that my entire team is on right, what I'm probably doing here is moving over to this side of street and just looking left to make sure that someone spawning in doesn't have shots on them and they can't just like cut the whole team off from zone and clean up. Yeah, okay, so we just saw where the charger's from. The charger fired from right here. If you move further to the right, they don't have an angle on you, and you can start controlling this area and start pushing up. You have advantage right now, and what you want to be doing is getting into a position to prevent them from even getting close enough to paint the zone. You need to be zoning them away from the zone. And so that position is going to be like maybe over here, or pushing forward a little bit more, especially since you've got a teammate over here on the left. We're being really cautious, and that was in a position where two of them were down. And now we've probably lost our opportunity to push any further forward. Yeah, and they were able. This player was able to push like directly onto the zone, whereas if you had been up on right and trying to zone them out from there, you would have caught them dropping down or something. So
yeah, for sure.
That's one player down. We've got to be a little bit careful here just because we're a little bit outnumbered, especially since it's the zap. I expect that you will probably get splatted within the next 5 seconds because of what just happened.
Yep, for sure.
You dropped down over a ledge in a situation where your team is at a numbers disadvantage into enemy ink. Generally, that is going to result in you being splatted. Let's see if my prediction is correct. Five seconds on the dot.
Yeah. Definitely was spotted by someone I didn't actually expect. I was more expecting to be hit by the K-shot a bit more, but...
Yeah, the K-shot didn't do a great job of forcing that, but they didn't really need to either, because
I guess that was more of a
they've got this area locked down right now, and they know that zone isn't safe for you. So, yeah, they probably could have just hit their shots and finished you off there, but it still worked out for them.
Yeah.
So, the check that you always make before you drop down over a ledge is there enemy paint below me that I'm about to land in? And if the answer to that is yes, you stop yourself.
Alright.
Here's another situation with the same thing with missiles. We've already talked about this, but again, like the way that you're dodging it, it's cutting off your escape route.
Yeah, definitely. Those gun were killed in the end, I believe.
So let's see if the team can rally here. They go for the zone. Oh, and there's a bomb rush on zone. That's going to be hard to defend. Yo, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hog. Let's go. Woo, okay. That was really hairy, but you made it. And so here, again, we want to be taking a position a little bit more advanced.
Yeah.
Staying on this position makes it so that when they push in, they immediately have access to zone again. Like, you're not stopping them from getting to the zone. You want to, like, take the fight off the zone so that they have to beat you and then get to the zone. They can't get to the zone and then beat you. Okay, I like this. I like this. With an inkjet here, you can actually, I believe, inkjet from here. And if you press the B button to get the little boost, you can actually get up over the top from below.
Yeah.
You can also lodge yourself in this corner and make it way easier to get up over the top immediately. And the reason that I say to do it that way is that it's way harder for a player here to see that you're inkjetting if you come up from directly below the ledge. That does put you in the position where you need to hit that point-blank shot as usually a direct to keep yourself safe. But at a high level, that's kind of what you need to be able to get a pick at all from the inkjet. So I would start training yourself to, like, put it right under a ledge, like here or here, so that you can get that immediate pick as soon as you get up over the top. And then that will be a good habit going forward. It also keeps your inkjet jump a little bit safer most of the time, because right underneath the ledge is a little bit more hidden than out in the open somewhere.
Oh, okay.
As such, though, I think this ends up getting like a double direct. Perfect, just like that, yeah. That player did make a little bit of a positional mistake being where they were. Like, as soon as the inkjet's up in the air and they know it's there, they shouldn't be trying to challenge it unless it's not looking at them. But you did a really good job of immediately spotting that they were out of position and hitting that direct, and that's awesome. So really nice, impactful inkjet. Perfect time to use it as well. Staggers the enemy team. You guys start scoring. Nice, and that's another pick as well from your teammate here. This is huge. This is a position where you should, in theory, be able to stop them. At this point in time, they're probably going to start getting desperate, and what I'm expecting to happen is for them to drop down over snipe right in front of you here. So if you just take up a position on, like, bike or something, or against the wall right here, you should be able to laser people while undoing the paint that they're putting down. That's what I'm thinking. I was so scared you were going to run into that bomb. But you knew. And that's exactly what they did, actually. They dropped down over the top of snipe. If you were still right here, you actually would have been able to spot them there. I like going up into these more advanced positions when we still have a bunch of time and we need, like, another fight win to get there. But here you can play a little bit more conservatively with your positioning just because you're so close to KOing. Nice. That should be game over. I don't see a way they have back into this. Yeah, like, those missiles literally don't even matter because the game's going to end before they land. So, awesome. Yeah, that inkjet you had there was really instrumental in you guys winning that game.
Yeah,
it staggered them at basically the perfect time. And then your Tri-Slosh was able to get a pick on somebody who came in carelessly. And from there, it was just they had to make desperation plays. So that worked out really well. I think that there was a position earlier in the game where you would have been able to get into this aggressive position a little bit sooner, and you might have been able to get this lockout faster and not let them score as much. But on the whole, like, once you got into that aggressive position, you played it pretty well. So good on you, and congrats on winning that game and advancing just a little bit higher up the ladder.
Yes. Thank you.
Let me know if you have any questions now, or if you have any questions later, feel free to message them to me, and I'd be happy to help you out then.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for doing the VOD review. Definitely helps out a lot. Taking some notes as well, just so I can remember for next time. So yeah.
And for you and for anybody else interested in this particular map mode, I do have a video out on specifically this map mode where I go into a lot of the positioning concepts that I was talking about just now. For example, needing to control the enemy street, having the midline positioned on that right-hand side by that pillow a little bit further back. There are a couple of concepts that will overlap from what you might have seen in that video. So if you want a more comprehensive treatment of it, there is a YouTube video out on that right now. Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much, Goose. We're going to move on to Salmonberry. Salmonberry is not going to be with us, unfortunately. They have work, but they will be able to come back and watch the VOD a little bit later on. I am going to be relying a little bit more on Devi for this VOD review because this is a heavy splatling, which is something that Devi happens to know a thing or two about. Oops.
Thank you very much, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for coming on the show. All right, Salmonberry is the player that we're watching here on the Heavy Remix, and they've got a very, very aggressive comp playing with them. They're up against, what is this, Clamblitz? Okay. They're up against a couple of really nasty ambush weapons, actually a few nasty ambush weapons with the Luna, the Try, and the Brush. All of those can just pop up out of nowhere and just delete you. So that's something you got to be a little bit worried about in your positioning. Just make sure you don't allow for any enemy ink near you, even if that means around a wall or something, because these two weapons can hit you over walls. And well, the Brush can kind of do that too. Just not from as far a range, so it's not as effective with that. Anyway, this map mode, I feel like all a long-range splatling has to do is stand on snipe and wait for something to happen a lot of the time. Are there any other positions where you will roll out, Devi?
There's a couple. Well, it's majority, like, the main two are snipe and actually just back and forth in mid. The other one, though, if I know that, like, if we did have another mid-range weapon. So say, for example, with this comp, the blaster happened to be controlling the enemy bridge. And the dapples were somewhere nearby trying to infiltrate. I would be trying to either be helping that, or in all honesty, I would take the low left to paint up on the, or not the low left, the right side, where the ramp is, the other way in, and help there. So it'd be a 2-and-2 split, so we'd have some kind of range on either side. In this case, the blaster isn't much, but the blaster still applies enough pressure to kind of keep that bridge stationary, so that way I can go help another shorter range weapon somewhere else, to try to make a move. So that way it's just extra cover fire from another angle, and then that way the opposing team is forced to look two ways when they have big problems to contest on both sides, and it's kind of evened out. And in this case, the blaster can keep back literally 3 of those weapons if they happen to be defending on the other side of bridge, and then I can just kind of take the other side.
Yeah, and I like...
You have to have control for that, though.
Mm-hmm. I want to point out something that Devi said there, which was finding a frontliner to help. That, I think, is going to be crucial for any kind of backline weapon like this. Your impact on fights, your impact on the game, is that you have such long range that you can stand from a relatively safe position and still apply a threat to the enemy players. Usually what that means is that they're going to see you and they're going to be like, oh, I can't be here, and they're going to run someplace else. And you can kind of flush them out into your frontliners. But if they do decide to make the mistake, as you will see even up into X rank, of taking a fight inside your sight line, it is your job to enforce that sight line, to deny them access to the range that you control with your weapon, your line of sight. And to put yourself in the best position to do that, what you generally want to be doing is looking for where your frontliners are going and thinking, okay, if they get into a fight, where can I help that fight from? That's something that is really, really important, and I think makes the difference between a competitive splatling player and like your typical solo queue splatling player. It's that they're being aware of what their teammates are trying to do and trying to amplify what their teammates are trying to do. Whenever I go out and make some dumb solo play on the T-Tech, but then Devi is behind me with the Hydra spraying over my head to keep me safe from the player that I ignored who was flanking me, then my play that was stupid before isn't as stupid anymore because it worked out. It wouldn't have worked out if not for that crossfire, is what FLC will call it. So you want to be in a position where whatever mess your frontliners get themselves into, you can put shots on the person who's trying to do something about them.
May even save their life.
One thing that I want backliners, but just anyone in general to watch that is really cool about this match is some of the movement tech that Salmonberry is using to move around in this back area here. When they want to get into a certain position, they are able to get there in like one jump or climbing one wall. Making this jump across from snipe is not something that I see a lot of players capably doing. And this is something that's really cool that gets you into position a lot faster than having to like swim up the wall or something. There's another one that I'll point out later that's pretty cool.
Something I also want to point out that I haven't seen yet that I know I mentioned to you earlier, Jim. You showed me this, but the usage of the map has like we haven't seen a map open yet. So like I get because like now you kind of can see where they are from snipe. Yes, you get that visual, but you're missing a lot of the side paint without looking at the map. And I know this comes out throughout the entire time, and kind of what the point sensor usage in this game in particular is giving the awareness, yes, but it's also missing kind of where they're actually going out, so then the point sensor can be used effectively and actually trap a couple people, so that way you can follow them in the trench.
Right.
Because you know they're already there. So we haven't seen a map open yet, and we don't actually know the abilities of these ambush weapons, because some of them might actually have a like I've seen some tri-sloshers with more supportive builds. I'll see Lunas that will like these K Lunas, some of them will prioritize double fizzy, and that'll kind of give you warnings on what to actually be aware about before you approach mid. Mm-hmm. And we don't have that information so far.
Seeing whether they're running Ninja Squid is really important, but then seeing if they're not running Ninja Squid, what are they running? Oh shoot, I'm going to be running into a whole bunch of fizzies, so I need to be very careful about what position I put myself in mid so I don't get flushed out by those. That sort of thing is really important. It's also, so it's important so that you can see where your opponents are going to go out. It's important so you can see where your teammates are going out so that you know where to position to be ready to help them. And again, you know, like Devi said, it's important so you can see the gear. There are a lot of reasons to be checking the map, especially when you're rolling out, when you know that there's no shot that anybody gets close enough to you to splat you yet. That's just a free period of time where you're going to be doing the same exact movement you always do. You don't need to look in front of you that carefully to be able to move. You need to be getting information about where people are going to be when you get out there. Because right now, it looks like we're doing the task of trying to collect information that we wanted to be collecting way back here. Like right now, okay, we can see where two players have gone. We can see that the brush is in mid, but paint trails are a little bit murky, a little bit difficult to see. If you saw that someone swung out this way, you can predict that maybe their trajectory is going to continue and they're going to drop to the right. If you'd seen any paint down here, you would know that you need to be careful about a flank to the left. Your teammate is already out on the far right side, and if maybe you had moved and worked with them there, you could have like helped them and helped them push in a little bit more. You do a good job of spotting where that is and throwing a point sensor there, which is cool. You get zoned out a little bit. But now your frontliners are moving up to the left, and as soon as that fizzy goes away, I want to be in position so that if someone rushes them, I have their backs. Like this try, knowing that I had two teammates from here and that they were moving forward, I might have actually been in position to have shots on this tri-slosher early enough to get the pick.
Even if it's just like a charge that's being let loose for just painting in general, way this map is you catch a lot of people by peeking their head over a ledge just because you're shooting in a general direction, even just to paint. So if we had the extra knowledge of knowing that one did in fact go on the left side there and could be potentially coming up, a good thing is, one, you could probably throw a sensor there to check, but a second is just kind of shooting in the general direction of, I don't know who had the clam there, but whoever had the clam in front of bridge, and just kind of shooting in that general direction, because you can just kind of guess that there's most likely someone nearby who's going to pop their head up, and that's where a lot of splatlings get their picks on this map in general, and I know a lot of them is straight in front on that bunker spot straight ahead there. or just kind of by bridge, just poking their head up. And that's where all the fall off comes from. That's where just the extra little splats, just like, oh, I got a splat. It's just like, how'd I get that? They just peek their head up over the hill because of the height difference. So just a little peek from their head, and if you're shooting in the general direction, and the splat is yours.
So here the enemy team puts together a bubble push and they push in, and there's this just absolutely massive explosion. One of your teammates goes down, but somehow your team ends up winning that fight. I guess this player here did a good job of taking cover. So looking up here, you know, as soon as there's a big explosion and you see players going down, you're checking like, okay, do we have numbers? Do we have advantage right now? And it turns out you actually do. And I'm like, huh, you actually do. How did that happen? But so at this point, I think you rotate over here, like having seen, oh, there was a power clam and it was moving over to the left, so I'm going to move there. But right there, it goes down. And that's, you know, information that's visible on your screen the entire way. So the rotation to the left probably wastes some time that you could have been spending on moving forward a little bit, especially since the frontliner gets into a fight in front of you. Might have been something you were able to help with. I couldn't tell.
Checking the map to verify the distance is another big thing on this map in general for moving in different positions, because of course one defense spot is in a very big gap to the other. So just kind of checking where the clam is on the map there, you could see that it's still like on the lower locker, and until it looks like it's actually getting closer to the ramp is when you know you're like physically going up to where the sponge would be on the left hand side usually. That's when you want to really shift, and you have this, and you have the speed to get there as a heavy because it's more mobile. But in this case, just kind of knowing it's still down low, you could have probably still been up front here and painting around, being with this other teammate who's to your left and to your right even.
So it looks like you're worried about something going on the right. I haven't seen anything moving on the right yet. And I do have teammates on the left, so I'm worried that you might get like separated from them. Rain does end up separating you a little bit here. Teammate ends up taking a fight. It's in the trench, so you probably aren't going to have an impact on that from mid, but it's something that, you know, you could have at least been forward enough to be looking at. Because the enemy team is not really pushing you out of position right now. They haven't done an awful lot to accomplish that. I do like that you're backing up here. This is smart. You have 2 players down, so now's not the time to be making an aggressive play, but...
Salmonberry actually got a glimpse of the pro on the right, and it was really hard to see, but I saw it as well. Shots were being fired just below the right locker, right after the vision turned. I briefly caught it myself, and I think that's what the word.
Oh yeah, right down there. We just saw it.
Yeah, you can see the pros there. So that's the mid-range weapon that unfortunately you do have to kind of be aware of the peak, because but we don't know the abilities of it because the forge builds are different. Some of them are bubbles, some of them are MPU, some of them are ink based. So we don't know if this one's actually going to do more damage or not. So I see why the precautions being taken here.
Yeah, at this point, you know, with this many players down and that much of of mid painted, having a player on your team who's way out here on the far left, you're the only one who's in mid, and so completely understand getting up into this position. And yeah, with a teammate jumping to you, I think the Booyah's a pretty good play here. Just get them off of your flat as quick as you can so that your teammate can survive. And this is a really good play. You see your teammate going in, and you move in and immediately help them out in that fight. And I think it's the moments where you do this, where you know, lock on to what a teammate is doing and help them do it. That's where you have the most impact in this match. Beautiful. You spotted, you know, there was someone who went out to the right. I haven't seen them moving backwards. They're probably still around here. And you take them out before they can get to you, and your teammate is here to help you. So again, this is really good. You're playing around your teammates. What your frontliners are doing is cueing you into how you can help the most, and you end up pulling off a nice double here, on top of protecting the basket from getting scored on. So that's huge. You've kept your team tied in this game single-handedly. I think you might have missed the jump there. Like, Sure, there's a brush here, but you've got 3 teammates around it. If they try to rush you, you can at least get a partial charge. Expect one of your players to hit something and get that player down before they can splat you. So I think it's probably safe to go for the jump. Maybe you just missed the jump button. I don't know. Happens to me all the time. That's not an easy jump to make.
When I know that there's someone kind of on the angle right, I'll just take this jump anyway and take the brief swim up the wall, especially when there's time. So this was fine as well, because if like there is someone in the right corner, this wall is a brief side of cover. Plus, you also have a good, solid left side advantage right now, knowing that no one's there. So, because they're majority on the right. So this part here is all right. But yeah, the first jump is quicker, but this isn't bad either. I like to make that just going up here. I feel safer in this spot than I do making that angle jump. So.
One thing that I think you could do from this position is paint the left-hand side right now, because you have the range to paint over here and just spend like half a charge on getting this painted a little bit better, because that way you have a warning system if somebody comes out to the left. If somebody's trying to drop out here, you just already know what's going on, and because like you can check the map, or you can see the paint going down because it's going to take them a little bit longer to move over here. So for a lot of reasons, like painting there kind of gives you vision. It gives you warning that someone might be coming over from that way, and you as the heavy are in a unique position of having the range to be able to get paint down there without having to commit really hard to being in that position physically. It's like these shots at mid, like you're maybe threatening that like, oh, on the next charge I'm going to be able to get you, you better back up, but you're not actually going to splat someone from that range. So maybe just painting the left-hand side and then walking forward and then taking those shots before you have scared them away, that might be a little bit more impactful. What do you think, Tevi?
I know this isn't the pro, but I do this myself as well. I want to keep them back as much farther. If I'm taking my aim away for a split second, the weapons that are up there right now, like we see, they're all ambush weapons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Either one of them is going to take the time to throw a sub out or anything just because I'm not looking at them. And the more I can keep pressure on them, even if it's just painting their street and stuff, because you're still painting over there. But the more you can keep them pressured back, the less you're going to get ambushed. Because you know they're trapped over there. And your goal is to trap them in a spot where they just can't come in and splat you. Because they have a lot more advantages just from coming down and up than you do. So just keeping the pressure straight there is actually what you want to keep doing. But yeah, no, I like what Salmonberry did there.
Here, when the brush shows up and it's a surprise, and so you back up, which is good, keeps yourself safe. Once the brush starts moving to the left, what you can start doing is piecing together what their trajectory is about to be, like where they're about to go. And if you aim predictively from this position, if you aim thinking, okay, they're about to be here, I'm just going to start pre-firing this spot. I think you catch this brush player moving, but what happens is you're trying to like react to their position, and you end up moving along behind them instead of aiming in front of them. So if you aim a little bit more predictively here, I think you have a much better shot of taking the brush out right away. This play right here is sick. Raise your hand in chat if you didn't know that you could do this.
I love this. It's so great, and it gives you cover. It's such a good thing to do, and it's just those little sneaky movement things that are fantastic, and
it gives you right side peek around this wall. Yeah. It gets you out of where, the brush very well might just drop down over the left, and then you can be on bridge and just shoot down at them from here.
Yeah,
this is so useful, and more people need to do this.
It's such a good move. I know, what is it, like the ambush weapons love to use it themselves as well, just to quickly pop up and around and go from there. And I see the Nautilus players use it the most, but seeing Salmonberry use it here, I have to clap for that. Bravo.
So the enemy team is starting to muster and force in mid. They're throwing a whole bunch of bombs, which are zoning you out, which means, okay, they've got some strength in front of us. Let's be careful. Let's try and eat some pressure. Don't just give up space for free, but as soon as they pop armor or something, you want to be ready for that. And they did just pop armor, but you're in a good position right now. You get one of them out of there. The rain is going to push you in this direction. I think it's far enough over to the right that you probably could have run to the left instead of going this way. I'm not a huge fan of... Well, okay. I think there's a way that you make this positioning work. And I think the way that you make this work that I tend to see Devi doing is you right side peek around this corner and aim up at the bridge. The issue with this is that you've got a ledge in front of you, so if someone is like right here, you know, they can be the frontest of frontline weapons, and they just get to like walk straight up to you and you don't get to use your range at all. Like if the Luna shows up right here, they don't have to expose themselves to your sight line at all. They just put shots over the top and they get rid of you. What you could do here... Okay, so I definitely think it's a good idea in this position to paint the rail on your way over. So like, as soon as you're like about to get shoved out, use part of this charge just to tap the rail. Reason being, number one, worst case scenario, you might be able to use that as an escape route. It's unlikely, but it's an option. But more importantly, you're denying them the ability to use that rail, because you're all that is in between them and that rail. You're the only thing that's stopping them. If you go down and then they're able to use that rail, that could put someone into a really uncomfortable position in your spawn, where they can start trying to lock you out. Especially with ambush weapons, that's going to be really scary. So I would definitely want to shoot a thing of ink there just to neutralize that for yourself. But at this point in time, like, yeah, you can... I would definitely, you know, you're going to be using this cover here a little bit, so I would paint your feet a little bit. You paint up a little bit, but from here, there's just too much cover in your way. If you're going to be trying to take shots on someone, it's going to be around the right-hand side of this or something like that. I guess maybe you're worried about someone being below you, but consider just jumping out. Consider just like getting back up to the high ground above you and being able to look down at your goal. Because if someone were to run over here with a power clam, I don't know if you beat them. I don't know if this is a position where you can actually even stop them. So why not just move yourself to a position where you can stop them?
Yeah, if you have the time to get to a place to stop them in a better spot, then yes. Another thing I'd like to note is the rail also is a very fantastic body blocker. Yeah. So with people above, it does actually help you give cover, and what you want to do here, if you do find yourself stuck in this position, is you want to make sure that the way behind you is actually painted, because you can give yourself an escape route to jump back there. Otherwise, you can defend a little bit if they go in and throw the clam, because the enemy does not have that far to go behind snipe to run. If there was two there, yeah, it'd be more of an issue, then definitely go back. If it's just the one, you're pushing them back into a corner with your range, and you can definitely still get the jump on them even from down here. Although if it's the tri-slosher, then you still kind of have to stay on the low level, just so that way the slosh doesn't actually reach over to you. But you can do a couple defending moves from this angle, and then if you just find yourself stuck, then you can go jump out. But if you do have the time to go back, take it. It gets you in a more of an advantageous position.
I'm surprised that the Luna doesn't just splat you here. Every time I get hit that close with a blaster shot, I'm just like, well, the second one's coming, I'm going to die. I'm not sure why the double point sensor here. One is probably sufficient. If you throw the second one, it's just costing you ink that you might need to be able to like paint your way out or fight your way out or something like that. So I'm worried in that position. But all right, so team is able to get it under control, and we're able to move back into mid, which is neat. I saw shots coming down over on the left here, so that's something that I'm worried about. Like being in this position, think about like what you could actually hit if there was a player on the left running towards you up this wall. Because of the way that the map slopes, you're just like hitting the floor if you aim in their direction. So if you're going to be over here and you see that there's someone here, I would want to walk right up to the ledge or way back from the ledge. Either they pop up and then I can hit them from range, or I can hit them from range before they can get up the ramp. But I don't want to be in this middle zone where they are able to use the corner here to have cover as they close distance toward me. Beautiful shots right there. You see exactly where the brush is going, and this is that kind of predictive aim that I think would have been able to get you the pick on the brush earlier. You're aiming directly in front of where they're going because you can see, oh, they're just going this way, and I know exactly what their plan is. And brush go boom. So you spot that there's someone over on this side. I don't know that you need to drop back. Like, you don't need to be worried about this player in particular. They're a tri-slosher. The most they're going to do is throw a burst bomb at you, and they can't get it from that range. So you might actually be able to push them back a little bit as long as this player here chills out with the fizzy bombs.
You can actually reach that with fall off from the edge of that that ramp right there. You can walk forward and, like, just from before, how just adding and applying a pressure from across the bridge, you can do it from right there from the player on the left there, and they're not going to want to drop. In fact, you're just by putting pressure there, like if you aim behind them, or in this case directly in front of them, you're going to actually push them back into a place where you're going to splat them easier, which is in that other patch of ink on the right side of that gray wall.
Yeah, so you could just, like, take the corner right here and have some shots on them. Obviously, you know, I think you saw a bomb going off on your right, and you were worried that someone was going to push in with that, so you backed up a little bit. But you had some teammates over there, so I think you had an opportunity to prevent them from even getting down. From here, you know that there is a tri-slosher who is chasing you, and specifically you. And you position yourself here, and your teammates are all in front of you and to the right. This tri-slosher still doesn't have anything in their way. And you think, oh, well, there's a wall. That means there's cover. I'm safe. This is a tri-slosher. Here is what happens next. They even try to do this a little bit earlier and don't have quite the range to get there. But because you stay in the same place, they just get to try again. You get distracted by the brush. They close the distance towards you. They hit you up over the top. This is a player that you could not afford to stop paying attention to. They were in a position that threatened you and only you. You were the first person on their target list. It was also kind of letting them into left, which they didn't take the opportunity to do. But, you know, if they had just grabbed some clams and run over there, that might have been a scoring push. So I think you need to pay a little bit more attention to this player. What you could have probably done is backed up on bridge and had shots over the ledge here. And then you could have just walked forward and gotten back to the exact same position you were in before. So the team wipes. That's important to remember. You are currently in a 1v4 situation. You see that they are setting up in front. This is the perfect place for you to be. You can just take 2 steps to the right, and you're right peeking everything, and you can laser them down as they try to come across the bridge. You even see them in position thinking that they're sharking while they have armor. The problem is that you drop down. The advantage you had up here was, 1, you had height advantage, which means that you have a little bit more range even though you're standing slightly further back. So dropping down doesn't actually give you any range advantage. You had cover up here with this wall that you could right peek around. So when these bubbles go off, you take 1 tiny little step to the left and it doesn't matter because it hits the cover instead of hitting you. You also have paint at your feet when you're up on the top. And so you have the ability to run backwards if, like, the Luna starts getting up in your face. You're not getting any advantages by dropping down over this ledge. And just like I was talking about with Gooseverse, dropping down over a ledge onto enemy ink, I predict that you're going to get splatted in the next 5 seconds. 4 seconds. Now notice that this whole area behind the basket here, this here whole area where there's cover, is still painted your color. The bubbles did not do anything to dislodge that position, and if you were still up there, you would have been completely safe from that explosion. You probably also would have had easier shots because you're standing still instead of having to find your shots while you're dropping down, and you're not landing on unequal turf. You gave up a lot of advantages and gained none by dropping off the ledge.
Oh, I was gonna say, do not leave the map screen because that just gave a couple key hits to a couple of those ambush weapons.
All right, so here we are.
There's the map screen. So the biggest concern here is, like I predicted, the double fizzy Canceluna. That is a pretty major thing, and we've seen that happen already to zone out. So that has always been one watch. The Forge has went bubble build, so we've already experienced the pain of that. And the Tri-Slasher is trying to actually be the bigger ambush weapon, from what I can see, because of the quick respawn. And the other side note is noting that the brush has drop roller. So if you're trying to camp the brush's jump, you have to try to figure out the drop roller now on top of it. So the two biggest, or I should say, in all honesty, the brush isn't too much of a concern. But the other three are huge to watch out for, especially when the pro has bubbles, because they are going to try to pop them as fast as they can, because they do have that object shredder, they have that special power-up, and they're running the LDE, and that Luna has the double fizzy. So if the Luna is working together with the pro, which is sometimes hard in solo, but it does happen, with the fizzies, those bubbles are going to explode immediately, and no one's going to live. So those are some of the huge key points that we could have found out at the start of the game, and we're only finding out about them now. And we've noticed that this push happened because of two of those three things that we just found out off of the map.
But also because we dropped down over a ledge onto enemy ink while they had
because we dropped down over the
bubbles.
ledge, but we also would have known that beforehand. But still, knowing that
for sure, I completely agree.
Beforehand would have probably helped the positioning in the first place.
I'd also like to point out to other Splatling players, look at the way that Salmon uses their ink charge. Like, this is a lot of paint right here, and this is a difficult pattern for a Splatling, which only has a limited amount of time to have shots to paint over. Look at the pretty elegant way that they paint what's most important with what little of a charge they have left here.
Use your charges efficiently. When you
very nice little curly cue there that lets you get all the way down and all the way back up with no breaks in the ink. That was some good paint there because it paints underneath in the trench as well as over the top. And so now we're in a pretty good position right now. This is about as far forward as we have earned ourselves a position. Now we've got to watch out for the fizzies that are coming from left, and it looks like our teammates are going out to the right at the moment. So I like that we're shifting right to maybe try and help them. I also like that we're worried, oh shoot, are they going to have a way into left? Because that is always a concern on Muscle Forge, but it looks like they've opted to go into mid instead. And you're trying to cut them off, and you actually do succeed there. Great proactive aiming. You get a little bit behind them as they come up, but overall you do catch them, and they kind of run back into it. And now that's 2 down on the enemy team. So this is perfect. This is a great pushing opportunity. And I can see that you're setting up this play. You throw the clams in front of this brush that they need to make a power, and then you start booyahing. It doesn't matter that this is solo queue. This brush should know exactly what you're planning on doing here. And I would like them to be moving forward just a little bit earlier, but I think they're a little bit worried, like, when exactly is that booyah going to go out? And also maybe they're worried about something coming from the right-hand side. But you get them set up, and then they immediately splash down. Now, unfortunately, there's a player shooting you from the right-hand side here. And in this position, you probably can't get away from that unless you drop through the bridge. That's really the only way that you're going to, like, evade them. You're going to drop through the bridge and then super jump back to a teammate or back to spawn. That's really the only way that you just get away from them. You can't just, like, run forward and have them not splat you here. So if you're going to maintain this position and try to keep your pressure on the basket, you're going to try and put some clams in the basket. I think the only way that you're going to manage to do that at this point is you try to flick around and delete this player as quickly as you possibly can. You either fight them right now or you try to, like, get away and jump out. Because I don't think, like, running forward for suicide clams here, I don't know if you get that clam or if your teammate gets that clam. It looks like it's the teammate. Like, that's not enough points to win anything here. And you being down is going to make it less likely that you get another push in, or at least make it take longer to get another push in. So I'd prefer that you like try to maintain your life either by taking that fight quickly and hoping to out aim them, or by just getting out of there as soon as you notice there's danger.
Also expect somebody on their snipe in a defense. Like, we noticed that afterwards on the spot, the Luna was there as well. So forward was just going to be not going to be existing for very long because we didn't know that person was there.
So here we can see that the power clam is up on top mid. And so the first place that I'm thinking, if this power clam starts moving forward to look, is out this direction. Because if they're going to go this way, they're going to have to like move pretty far down. So all of the indications right now tell me that this brush is going to drop down here. And so that's where I would be aiming to start with. It looks like it kind of catches you off guard, and I think maybe you're thinking it's going to like hit the wall and then come down this way, but you've got time to react if it goes down. You don't have as much time to react if it gets here. This brush actually almost gets close enough to be in range of you before you start shooting at it, and with the shots you miss, yeah, this player like absolutely could have splatted you here if they had had a little bit less tunnel vision on just trying to run past you. Ooh. So coming out on the left, I don't necessarily dislike the idea since you have a teammate here. It's a little bit riskier than it has to be, though. You could go up the back wall. If you're going to go this way, I would definitely like just paint a very quick trail here. I wouldn't spend a long time painting over all of this because that's giving your position away. And the way that you paint up makes you go a little bit forward at first. Yeah, from here, I think maybe you should just try and keep swimming to the right as quickly as you possibly can and get out of range of them.
I have a thing for this. This is a scenario I know I get stuck in sometimes, is where I come in on the hillside because sometimes that's the only place where you can come in. Something you want to do is, the brush was your indicator right there, your own teammate, because they were trying to fight somebody just ahead of you as you were trying to go up there. Right there. The brush was indicating that they're fighting someone just ahead of you. So you can do one of two things. One, point sensor that to lock on to that target, so that way you know which way they're coming. For starters, we don't know which one it is, so that's why you want to kind of lock on what it is and prepare yourself for whichever one it is. The other thing is that you can turn your aim that way and actually charge up the wall, so as soon as your aim gets over the peak, you can shoot in that direction. That person's not going to come near you.
So you're saying like a peek directly around this wall, or take the wide angle?
Yes, but take the wide angle. Charge up on the wide angle, because that way if it's the pro, you can still hit it or potentially trade. But that way you're still applying pressure. You're going to help because the teammate's still up right now. You can help the teammate. You'll come back up there safely because they can't approach you because you're firing. So you can do that, take the long route, keep your aim forward, and fire. So charge as you're walking up sideways and do kind of like a sidewalk, and then start firing that way. Or actually go the other side of the hill and shoot upwards and just kind of play that side. But the safer way is doing this sidewalk instead of taking the pinch on the left. That's kind of more of an advanced thing when you know the range matchups. In this case, because you don't know, doing the sidewalk here is the safer bet, because one, you can do a cross pinch with your teammate with the brush. So you have the flicks of the brush and your charge going that way. It's going to either one of you two are going to get the splat, or or they're just going to retreat entirely, and you should be able to get up here safely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was going to say, like, I'm not a huge fan of the idea of trying to peek over this ledge, because it's a tri-slosher and they can hit you down over the top of it, and you're also putting yourself closer to them than you need to be. But yeah, this makes a lot of sense to me. And also, as long as you know that the left side is cleared out, you could just like swim to the other side of this piece of cover and shoot them up in this direction. And that's something that'll work as long as you know that you're not up against like a charger up here or something. I don't know. But yeah, because you're not putting down suppressive fire as you're coming up this wall, the Tri-Slosher is able to get close enough. Tri-Slosher misses a whole bunch of shots, which is why they don't get a double on your team and only get the single there. But probably should have gotten a triple there. Over here, you see that your brush is potentially setting up for a push on the right. So my first thought here is to try and get over on the right side and see if there's anything I can do to help that. Obviously, you've got to be careful about this wall here, and especially since you have the power clan. But you do have a teammate in mid who might be able to help if that's something that's going on. Them pushing across bridge ends exactly the way that I would expect it to. And now there are bubbles. Yay! Cool. Poggers. Neat.
But they tried to shred them a little bit and stall them because it did stall the first bubble a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, the team isn't equipped at that point to do anything there. So, yeah, I think the major problem there was the brush rushing in and feeding on bridge. That didn't accomplish anything or buy you any time or anything, and so you ended up just in a disadvantageous fight, and then they popped a special and took advantage of it. But hopefully that was helpful, Salmonberry. Everybody, I hope you took good notes on all of the zoomy, zippy, cool things that Salmon did around the map. Those are all very useful for whatever weapon class you're running. This is not exactly the most mobile weapon in the game, but they made it happen anyway. So keep that in mind. And that is going to do it for Squid School for us today. I'm going to go and check out chat here, just make sure there weren't any questions that I wasn't able to answer earlier.
You're good.
Oh, have you been keeping track of it?
I've been looking at it the entire time, back and forth.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, I see you're answering a bunch of them as we go. So thank you, Devi. I didn't even ask you to do that, but you were already taking care of it. Smiling players are the backbone of our modern society. I agree, Shay.
As do I.
Stealing that tactic right now. Cool.
Any backline, backlines in general. Just they're a lot, and I know they've been put kind of on the sidelines because of the meta, but you see what they can do. You give them a chance, and they provide very useful with teams who coordinate. So.
Mm-hmm. And thank you, Villy Faze. They say, "Yo, I love your channel." I'm a big Villy Faze fan now. Any way to record my gameplay without a capture card for a VOD review? Yes. A lot of these VOD reviews are actually done by video recording the TV screen using a phone or something. So as long as you've got a way to steady your video camera, that can still work perfectly well for our purposes.
DivX grind, let's go.
There you go. Good
I think
stuff.
Alexi was boasting about the fire fin earlier, so I take it, charger. So I know that's a difficult thing to do, but when you reach it, as with a weapon like that, man, is that an accomplishment. I remember when I reached it with backline weapons. It's not easy because the teamwork's not always there, but it's a great accomplishment when you hit it.
RSM. Oh, that's the trick that's supposed to decrease shot spread, isn't it? I saw a post that you should check out, I think, Alexi, about how it was made by a data miner, and they said that they don't see enough evidence from what has been provided to support that idea, and that having tested the method as described, they believe that it is not humanly possible to execute in the way that it is described fast enough to be able to actually have it be useful in match. So I would take that manipulation information with a very, very large grain of salt. I would be very skeptical that that actually is a thing before more information comes out about it. Yeah, absolutely, Shay. I'm happy to help out as much as I can. For those of you who don't know, I actually... Ooh. Hold on. I've got a thing.
I bow to you, Calamity. As I basically one-trick the weapon. Both custom and vanilla variants.
Okay. Here. One sec. Boom. We've got a link tree now. What?
Whoa.
It's got all of the links.
Wow.
Shocker.
Look at that. Look at how many links are on there. And I only had to type one of them. Revolutionary.
Making the workload easy.
Very cool. Okay.
Real society and its future.
Yeah, super sick. Okay, so that link has all of the different places you can find me. Of most interest to you will probably be the YouTube channel, first off, because that is where I put all of the guides that I have built up over all this time. So I have guides on how to get out of different levels of ranked, so common mistakes that are made at different skill levels. I've also got some map mode guides, one of which I referenced earlier in the Gooseverse VOD review. So I'm looking at just every individual map mode in the game, all 92 of them, and one by one making guides on how to position on those maps depending on what weapons you play and what kind of comp you've got. So those guides are going up on YouTube basically daily. There are a few days off that I need to take here and there for... it does take a pretty significant amount of time to make those videos, and so there are some days where I'm just a little bit too busy, but those are up on there, and there are also a bunch of like one-off topics that I'm doing. For example, I did a topic on jump tech for the custom dually squelchers. I've got a bunch of shorts on little things like movement optimizations. So lots of resources there for helping you improve at Splatoon even while I'm not streaming. There's also a Discord where you can feel free to ask me any questions you want at any time. I can't promise I will answer them at any time, but they will be there and I will see them eventually. So that's a great option. And finally, one thing that I do want to plug here is my Patreon. I am trying to do content creation like this full time. And what that's going to involve is a combination of blowing the YouTube channel up as much as I possibly can, but also support from viewers. And that's what's going to get me, if I'm lucky, to the point where I'm able to sustain myself on this and really do this full time. I want to at least be able to stretch it out until September when Splatoon 3 comes out, because I think that's going to be a huge boost to the channel. I've also got some other opportunities that are opening up at that point in time. So I'm going to be working my butt off at least until Splatoon 3, and of course during Splatoon 3, to try and give you guys as much educational content as I can on Splatoon. If you guys are willing to support, that is a huge help to me, and I would really appreciate it. But that's enough shilling for now. Thank you, everybody, for checking it out on stream today. I'm probably going to be doing another stream fairly soon to talk about weapon rolls, because that's something that has come up in a lot of questions that I've been getting in Discord and other places, so I think it's a good thing to address. Maybe do a soft kind of update to Wadsom's video on the subject. I can't replace anything that Wadsom does because he is an irreplaceable, gold mine for the community. Everything that he does is good. Listen to him. He is very positive. He's also very smart and very, very incredibly good at the game. But the last video that was made on this subject, categorizing all of the weapons, classifying them, was made in like 2018. So some of the weapons I don't think even existed at that time. And it's definitely due for a look that will fit into the system that I've been using to make my videos. So I think that's a plan for later on in the week. But that's going to be it. Thank you for watching, everybody. Huge, huge thank you to Salmonberry and Gooseverse for being our VOD reviewees today. they're so invaluable to making these kinds of streams work that that people are willing to put themselves out there in front of a whole bunch of people and be courageous enough to be criticized in front of all of them. That takes a lot of courage to do. So I very much appreciate them doing so. And that's enough talking.
Thank you so
We're
much.
gonna...
Helps out a bunch.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's enough talking from me. I'm going to shut the stream down.